is Mama Selena from African Daisy, and I decided to bring on my dear husband, the cute voice himself,
the Kenyan American trucker.
Amen.
I'm not ready for this video, but she pulled me here not by my choice.
By force or by fire.
Yeah, she just, you see when I'm sitting on one butt cheek.
Amen. So cozy here. So we just wanted to come on here, and I have not been, as any of you know that have seen my channel, not been doing a lot of videos recently. I have been waiting on this gentleman.
Yeah, we've been saying we will do it, and I tell her we will do it.
Yes.
So it's been now 5 months.
It's 5 months. It's been I don't know if it's 5 months, but it's been a minute.
Yeah.
And so, as you know, any job that you do or any work that you do, it is not always easy to
get on and
get
start
to do it. Yeah. So sometimes
and because she's been a student, she sometimes doesn't listen, and we get upset at each other, and then we don't want to make this video. So this video we have to make it when we are laughing-daffy with each other, because otherwise we'll be bringing new videos that we are grumpy, and we want positive content. So just so you know, like, yes, we are laughing-daffy with each other, but sometimes we are upset at each other.
Right.
But we wanna bring positive content out here so that people, like, to encourage you guys, and what do we do so we're not killing each other?
Well, you know, I think sometimes people have this understanding that couples should never fight.
Yeah.
But that's not a reality, because we're two different people, and it doesn't matter if you're two Kenyans, two Americans, two Chinese. It doesn't matter.
Yes.
If you're just two individuals, it doesn't matter if you're Kenyan and American. You're two individuals. You're two people, and so there's gonna always be things that you don't like, or that you're individuals.
Exactly.
But I think someone said it, and I thought that it was said well. They said, learn how to fight, and then so that you have your fights, yes, but at the end of the day, you realize, like, that's not the person doesn't hate you. You know, we don't hate each other. Like, we might not agree, but we don't hate each other. And I think for myself anyway, I know I turn to God. I have to in those moments. Like, I don't like what's going on, but okay, God, like, the reality is this, the truth is this, or standing on the truth, because we all know that it feels like, you know, I might be like, oh, it feels like he's doing this, or he doesn't like me, or whatever. I might feel that way about what he's doing. But at the end of the day, I stand on the truth is he still loves me. The truth is we just are not agreeing. And so when I stand on that truth and those truths, then I can move forward. We can move forward for myself.
Yeah, and then for me, how I deal with it, I know women are crazy, and God in the Bible says, deal with them with wisdom. So sometimes she gets up and she's just crazy, and I always wonder, hey, now is this one of those days? And then I think for me what helped me is especially during these COVID times, and a lot of people have died random dying, and then I just think you shouldn't be upset at each other for, like, you never know if you wake up the next day. So if life is not guaranteed, then make most of it happy. Don't make, like, at least make 80 and above, or 90% happy, not 80% sad, because you are here for a short time. Especially, you are not guaranteed to wake up in the morning. So what will it be if you wake up and your partner is no longer there? Are you gonna start wishing, like, I wish I would have done this, just do it while you are alive, because life is not guaranteed. Or what do you think? I think so.
It's true.
Yeah,
it's very true.
And then I think what we also wanted to talk about was when you started trucking, what
Yes.
was your experience?
Yeah.
Because,
So for me, like, of course, when I got my license and we started on the road, we actually started driving. It was scary, of course.
Selena, we are doing a video.
We
Selena
put
is back
Selena in
there,
the back.
and she's watching, and we thought she would not disturb us. Now she's calling mommy. What do you want?
Always a mommy, right?
Let me show you guys.
You may.
Yes,
You may.
that's our daughter, by
So-
the way.
Yes.
And yeah.
Yeah.
what-
So when I
high
started driving,
experience. Yeah,
it was-
let me tell
Oh.
you before she goes on. The one day, the first or second day when we were in Phoenix, Arizona. I can't even talk. The roads were like, they were like deep, and the trail. She was saying this thing. Oh, the trailer is not following me. The trailer is not.
Yeah.
The trailer is doing its thing. And after a while, she got so scared. I had to drive for.
yeah, I actually had to stop because
the whole
day because it was like the trailer is not connected to the tractor part, the front part. It's separated, and so there were like grooves or something. So it was bouncing the
It's
trailer.
like when it's so hot, and then the trucks have stepped on the road,
Yeah.
and then now there's like a
grooves
dip.
and
Yeah,
dips in the
dip.
road.
Yeah.
And then it would cause the trailer to like go this way or this way, and it was quite scary because let's say you have
I gotta check what's
Sure.
for you.
so you have a truck here and a truck here, and you don't want your trailer, if it's starting to go this way, you don't want it to hit the other truck. And it was that day, it was a lot of road work too, and that day it was quite scary for sure. But
Hey,
he's a good father. This one, he's a very good father.
yeah, I keep
So-
sending my check.
So so it was scary, but I just told him, I said, no, you have to drive. But then I got a little bit better with it. And
True.
he's a good teacher. He's generally calm. Randomly, he panics.
Yeah, when she decides to move close to the other trucks,
There's a panic.
and
But
she tends to lean on the left side of the
Yes.
road where other trucks are passing.
Yeah.
And I think I get scared when another truck is passing us
Yeah.
because we need to be like on the left
the
side,
middle.
like on the right side, sorry. On the right side, like better on the right side than
on the left.
far on the
Yeah.
left.
Now, when
because-
I started, for sure, that was definitely my issue. Like
Yeah.
I would tend to be like, I'd follow the middle line,
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah.
So if a truck was coming, I would be really close. I mean, we would be very close to each other.
Yeah.
And there wasn't a lot of play. Like if I just went over a little bit or that truck went over a little bit,
yeah,
it would be, it was very unsafe
and scary.
and scary.
So,
scary.
but yeah, you've got better and better and better. And even there was that time we were driving in North Carolina, Virginia, and I actually slept while she was
Yes.
driving.
Yeah.
Like I actually slept, and from then on, I think you've got comfortable.
Yeah, and now I'm more comfortable. The thing that I'm not a fan of is road work. Like, who's a fan of road work? No one is.
Yeah.
But also I should say it like this: as much as I don't like road work, I'm grateful that they're working on the roads. They're
That's
actually
true.
working on the roads.
Yeah.
But there's so much of it. It'll be like I don't know in kilometers. You could say in kilometers for those that understand kilometers.
Normally,
It'll say like 10 miles or like it'll say like 5 miles, right lane closed. Which is like, I don't know how many kilometers that is.
probably about it's twice. I think it's twice the
10
like
kilometers?
if it's, yeah, probably.
10-ish kilometers.
Yeah.
So it'll be like the whole right lane's closed and then you only drive on the left side or whatever. And they'll have like cones. They'll have these cones, these barriers, these things to keep you from going over. And one time, I have to tell you a story. my dear husband was sleeping.
Oh, I
And-
didn't even sleep. No,
Wait, no,
I didn't
first
even-
you were
Oh
sleeping.
my-
You were sleeping at
No,
first.
I had just gone back there to say, I had told her, let me go back and rest a
And
little
rest.
bit.
And
Because
I
I
was
got to
good.
drive at night.
Yes, and I was good. I was
And it was
enjoying,
raining.
and it was
This was in
raining.
Ohio, I-80, I-94.
Yeah.
Those of you truckers who have driven there.
Yeah.
A lot of cones and a lot of road work
Yeah, a
there
lot of cones. And the
on
cones
I-80, I-90.
were like, it was very narrow space that you were driving in between. And I don't really know exactly what happened, but I kind of feel like I tried to stay over to the right as far as I could so that I didn't hit the people on the left, because there was 2 lanes that were going through there and it was very narrow. Two cars could, or
drive.
2 trucks
It's like
could drive.
2 lanes in
Right.
a road walk.
And it was very
going the
narrow.
same side, yeah.
And all of a sudden, I hit one of the cones.
Whoa!
And I had to. Yes, it makes a lot of noise, and it's quite scary. And but anyway, but my dear husband has really like helped me. I was able to keep the steering wheel like straight. I didn't go all crazy.
Yeah.
And I got back on track.
Yeah.
I don't even know. I'm pretty certain that I hit it with the front part, because
all I
people
had
in the
was the
back
mo-
didn't like. There was
do anything.
there was no reaction to the people in the back, and so I thought if I would have hit it, it could have flown back.
But I think you hit it with the front side and it just
Yeah.
fell off.
So I'm
But-
sorry for whoever is out there and saw those smashed cars.
But I think for like a lady or whoever, or a new truck driver, like when you are driving on a roadwork, I would recommend just driving slow. And if you go in like let's say you hit a corner or anything, holding the steering and not panicking and just keeping it straight and not letting go, because I think that helped. And
Yeah.
I had told
Yeah.
you that before.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah. But anyway, that's the road experiences so far. But it's been good.
And I'm comfortable now. I'm comfortable now. I actually do not panic about the trailer.
And
I like heavy loads.
Yes.
I prefer heavy loads because I feel like it holds the trailer in place.
Yes.
You know, it holds it down and it doesn't just go all crazy. So I definitely prefer heavy loads for that reason.
And I prefer light loads because we use less fuel.
Right.
So I don't
Right.
know how.
But I'm getting more comfortable. Light or
Yeah.
heavy, I'm getting more
Yes,
comfortable.
true.
I actually can go through, you know, like we just came through yesterday. I just drove to Tennessee.
Yeah, you drove. It
Yes.
was I-81 Virginia all the way down
All the way
to Tennessee. Yeah,
And there's like 6-lane highways at some point. So
Yeah.
and
you drove the whole
and I
way.
drove the whole way. And so there, at some point, you become very comfortable.
And
you
what
know.
don't you like about driving? You don't like cities?
Yeah, I don't like cities. I don't like driving in cities, or like even where there's 6 lanes and like tons of. I really am not a huge fan of that. But I don't like cities for sure.
Yeah.
And
road work, of course.
Of course, road work. Yeah. But other than that, I mean, I feel like I like it. I don't do the backing in or any of that parking.
Yeah.
You know, everyone maybe has their different opinion about maybe I should do it and all that stuff, but it's not something that I feel like I have to do. And it's something that I know how to do. I could do it.
Yeah.
You know, I could
But
do it if I would need
you
to.
don't have to.
But I don't have to.
Yeah.
Because we're a team doing it together.
Yeah.
So that's, I would say I'm grateful for that, and for me that's an advantage.
Yeah. I think for those ladies, like if you are doing it alone, like yes, we just want to encourage. Yes, we are doing it together, and she doesn't have to do it because I'm there.
Yeah.
But for those ladies who are doing it, we just probably, like we were talking about it, like anything you do in this world, like she was never gonna drive a truck.
Like,
But every day she's getting better and better and better. So for even those ladies or even new truck drivers, when you feel like, you know, am I ever gonna get this? It's
Yeah.
just by experience and doing it
yeah.
every day and repeating and
Yeah.
just knowing, okay, I did this mistake, you correct it, and I did this one and you correct it until you get better at it.
Yeah.
You
And-
just get better at it when you do it more.
Yeah, and something too is I am not my husband as far as a truck driver.
Yeah.
You know, my husband has been driving for 10 years.
Professional.
And he's professional.
Amen.
I am not, I don't do what he does. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, in other words, I still don't talk on the phone when I'm driving.
Yes.
Even though I have a headset,
Yep.
I could talk on the phone with the headset, but I don't. Because I feel like there's things, he's at a different place than I am because he has experience.
Yeah.
And I feel like I don't have to prove myself to anybody else in the world. I went through the classes, I took the tests, and I got my license, and I'm driving now.
Yeah.
And so there are things that I know I can do and things I know I'm not good at. And so I think that's another thing. Just encourage anybody just starting or wanting to start. Don't try to be, you're not going to be a veteran immediately. You know,
Yeah.
it's going to take time. And I've heard so many, even other truckers have told me that have been driving for a long time have said, one day you can back up really well, you know, or
True.
you're parking the truck or whatever you're doing really well, and the very next minute you can't do it for you to save your life.
That even happens to me.
Yeah.
Like some days I just can back up. I back up fine. Especially when you got good sleep, good day, and that day somebody has just ruined your day, and you can't just back up, and you're like, what is going on? I just cannot back up for some reason.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think sometime it goes with days. Sometimes you just go. Sometimes
Yeah.
it happens even to the veterans.
Yeah.
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 And
Weather.
weather-wise, yeah, it's been raining sometimes.
It's been
but
interesting
hot.
'cause-
When we went to
Oh, my
Phoenix, it was hot. You could cut it with a knife.
It was so hot.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. And even the interesting thing is you go from state to state. So in this state maybe it's not even that hot, and then you get to the next one and it's like,
hot.
ooh, it's really hot.
And we don't have a tri-pack, so we keep our truck running. So
Yeah.
a tri-pack is something that runs and cools the truck. So we just keep our truck running
Yeah.
24/7. So, but so far we started trucking which month? Like 2 months ago. So it's
Something
been
like that.
it's
So-
summer in the
yeah.
States, so it's hot.
It's hot right now.
So we've been
Yeah.
letting the truck run the whole time.
And I don't know, maybe no one can tell, but I can tell. I got sun. I drove all day yesterday. It was like 6 hours.
Yeah.
And it's a big, mirror that you're looking at, glass that you're looking out of. And so anyway, I got a lot of sun
Yeah.
because it's hot.
Yeah.
It was fluctuating between 98 and 100 degrees.
Yep.
Yeah. And so it's definitely been interesting, and randomly it's kind of like in Kenya, for those of you who are watching from Kenya, the sky will be blue and beautiful, and all of a sudden rain will come.
And it would dry.
And then
quick,
it'll dry
it
quick,
would be
yeah.
Another a full blast of sunshine.
Yeah. And it makes a difference each state, because Pennsylvania is not like that. Pennsylvania, when a storm's coming, everything, dark clouds, you kind of know.
Yeah.
Here was just very, the southern states, sometimes it's different. It's like beautiful sunny skies, and all of a sudden there's rain. So that's been interesting. Driving with rain and
Yeah.
so,
And then I think what we wanted to talk about again is goals. Our goals. So far, what is our goal in we went to Kenya before this, and
2020.
in 2020, and our goal was to build our house. And our goal in 2020, our goal was to build our house. And after building our house, actually we had some money saved. So we were gonna go to Kenya, build our house to where it
The money reached.
yeah, like we have like
This much.
When that's gone, I'm gonna come back, and she's gonna stay in Kenya and
Finish building.
And then we go to Kenya, and COVID happened.
Yes, and then they closed the
Around
borders.
March,
Right, in
March,
March.
April there, and then they closed flights.
Right.
Uhuru closed flights, so the whole world kind of was closed, and I couldn't travel back to the States. And fortunately, we have these things in America called credit cards.
Woo. And they helped us.
So they helped us build our house. It's like a loan. Basically, it's like a loan. You use the card and then you pay it later. So we really swipe. In Kenya, I call it panga. Piga panga kupiga panga. It's like swiping.
Yeah.
It's like shoop, like a machete. Shoop, and you pay your stuff.
Right.
Just like that. With the money you don't have. So anyway, so our goal now, and then you actually stayed back when I came.
Right, because Selena
was still in school in Kenya. So I came first, and then you were gonna come to visit.
Yeah, we're just gonna come for a very short time and then go back because school was gonna start back up again.
Like January. January. So when you came, Selena actually said this. If we have debt, why don't we all drive the truck together and pay debt, and then so when we go to Kenya we can all go together.
Right.
And I said, thank you, Jesus. Please talk to your mother. Tell her.
And on top of that, we don't have to go into all full detail, but at that time, talk about fighting, we were not getting along really well at that moment. There was some major things and going on, and so there was a lot of like,
hallelujah, I have to look cute on YouTube for you ladies out there.
Yes.
Hallelujah.
I take a good job. I take care of him.
Yes.
And
amen.
So we were not at that time. It was really not a good time. And so in that time, a lot of things, we were able to talk out a lot of things and to find out, and one of the things was like really how he felt about like this thing of like, we were trying to accomplish this together. We're trying to pay this, the debt, and so we could be together.
And she spent all the money.
Instead of us being
spend.
Instead of us being apart.
I think it's not a bad thing. Let me just point that out. Like in a relationship, there is a spender and a saver and a money person. I try to save a lot.
He's a giver.
I can be a saver and also stingy for my family because I think they don't need it. They have everything. Why should they need more? So that doesn't help the situation.
And I spend on food. As you can tell. Like, I'm voluptuous and everything. And so I love food. I mean, so I'm a big spender on food. Yeah,
and, so for those in Kenya, I'll send her 50,000 and she will spend in a week. Yeah.
Hallelujah.
Jesus.
But Java also.
Java,
we also have to say that's
you need
like
to give us shares.
I need a share in Java. So in case any Java people are listening out there, please.
Yeah, money, all the money we made in this family.
I should also
be in Kenya. We spend it there.
I should have a share in Java.
So I think when Selena said that and things were not going on well, I think what made you change your mind to decide,
what I realized was his heart.
Pay our debt.
Because you had said, like he shared something with me that really made me realize, like, it felt like I was more interested in being in Kenya than actually us being together.
Yeah. What was that? What was that?
Like, that was one of the things that, like,
I think I had said something.
Yeah, like you had felt like, because we were talking about how are we going to accomplish, how are we going to get this done, and how are we going to pay this, and how are we going to be together? Because my biggest thing was I wanted us to be together, and so he was trying for that to happen. But I had said years ago when he started trucking, like, don't ask me, I don't want to do it. Don't ask me to do it. I had said that, and so when he mentioned that, I was like, okay, well, okay, that's a legitimate feeling. Like, that's what he feels like. He feels like I care more about us being in Kenya
than actually
our goals or what our family is.
Because for you couples out there, for you to accomplish goals, you need money.
Right.
Money is a big, whether whatever, but money is a big picture in for you to go. I mean, yes, it doesn't make us happy, but you know what? It
Right.
is. Les Brown always says it's right up there with oxygen. And for you to be, everyone wants to just be comfortable.
Right.
And for you to be comfortable, you have to be rich.
Yeah. That's right. Yeah, and it takes you places. And
Yeah.
you can go places.
Yeah,
when
and you
have
can
money.
make decisions, and you
Yeah.
can be a part of the society, and actually even change the lives of other people.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Yeah, and what I realized in that was I wasn't willing, like I had made they call it, in counseling, they call it making a covenant, a vow, or making not a covenant, they call it you've made a vow, like I will never do this. I will never let this, like something happens bad in your life and you say those words, you say, I will never do that. I will never let someone hurt me. I will never. And it's a vow you're making within you. And what happens is that those vows, God has to deal with that vow that you've just made, because it's not bad. You don't want someone to hurt you. That's true. But there's something about that vow, because you've not dealt with, your heart hasn't been fixed, or like God hasn't dealt with that thing in your heart. And so I had made a vow that I was never going to drive. I was never going to. And God was like, you keep asking me to work this out, to solve this problem, and yet you're not willing to take the steps. And so I really went to God on my knees, because I didn't want to drive. I still didn't want to drive. And I said, okay, but God, this is a way. And Selena, like you said, Selena really was huge in that, because she was like, yeah, I want to do this together.
Why don't we all drive the truck
together?
And then when we want to go to Kenya, we can all go
together.
And I was like, she basically influenced what we are doing right now.
Yeah.
So some of you might not understand why we have our child, but we've even asked her, do you want to stay at home with your cousins, and we just, me and mommy, go drive? And she said, no, I want to be with you.
Yeah.
I want to be us and family. So
when we went for training, when I went for my training, we stopped working. We were not working.
Yes, actually, and Selena
Yeah, and we had to go to a different state and for the training, and we had kind of considered okay, Brian, Brian's like, I got to go back to work. It might be a good idea, because right now we're not making money, we're spending money. Because we're staying at a hotel, we're driving back and forth, we're renting a car.
And we had to pay your school.
And we did pay for the school up front, And so, but even Selena was huge in that too, because we like to incorporate her in it, ask her what her thoughts are.
Yep.
Because she's a part of our family, and so she said, I think we should do it together.
Yeah, and I think for me as a father, when she said, because I had considered her staying with her aunt, and then Jenny going to the hotel and going to school every morning.
That would be by myself
and Selena said, no, we should not go there. We should stay in the hotel until mommy is done with school. And I said, you know what? Let's do it. Why not? If God is in this, we're gonna do it. And we had we had some money saved up, so we said we'll plan for this, because it was a month, so we're gonna stop working for a month. So we had to stop working for a month, pay for her school, and finish within a month. And again, thanks to credit cards. Oh my God, that's why we have to pay them. So some of the things we took care with credit cards.
Yeah.
And that's what we are taking care of them right now.
And something I want to say too is, no matter how you feel about saving your money, no matter how you feel about your finances, if you are somebody who actually wants to succeed in your finances, it is something that doesn't happen overnight. It is something that you sacrifice for, that you save and do what. And I want to encourage you, because we were able to do that and not panic.
Yes.
We were able to do that because, yes, we've used credit cards. And you say, well, I don't have credit cards. So you use, I know we did. Now we're paying for that.
Yeah. And it's actually better if you don't.
Yes.
It's actually, it's not bad.
Yes.
But excuse me, right now we're paying a lot of interest. So it's actually, for me, I mean, this is just personal opinion, but it is better if you don't use it.
Yeah.
So for you who cannot access a credit card and you say, oh, well, I don't have a credit card, it is actually better for you to just save and do it cash.
Yeah.
Yes, it was slow. Yes, it is slow, but in the end, you don't have the pressure like we do right now.
Right.
Because for me, I always feel like, oh my goodness, we just need to pay. We just need to pay.
Yeah.
And this seat is becoming squishy. Oh, whoa.
Not very comfortable, is it?
So anyway, but
Yeah.
but yeah, we are paying. That's one of our goals, is to pay it.
Yeah.
And right now we don't have a home in the States. We basically
Or a car.
or a car.
We sold everything.
Yeah, like for those in Kenya,
Yeah.
or even here in the States, we have no car. We have no home. So when we go back to Pennsylvania, we basically just stay with family. We just like, we basically, would you say borrow
Yeah.
where to sleep,
Yeah.
and borrow a car to use to go
Yeah.
if we want to go somewhere, and it is not comfortable.
Yeah, it's not convenient.
Sometimes you feel like, oh, you are inconveniencing people.
Yeah.
But for the sake of us to pay this debt, it is okay.
Right.
Well, I mean, we don't try to like inconvenience, but we just ask. Like,
Yeah.
if it's not possible, we don't go. We don't go anywhere. We just sit, and because we have a goal to pay
Yeah.
this debt down. So
we
we
don't-
have no expenses.
Right.
No, our stuff is in a container.
It is, all of our things.
So we just
A
want
big
to
shipping
encourage
container,
you.
yeah.
Like
Sitting.
Yeah.
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 And we don't, there was something you said that made me think of it.
About spending the container.
And it left my mind, but I think we don't, it was something about,
The
I have
car,
no idea.
we
I don't
borrow where
remember.
to we borrow where to sleep. We borrow. We don't have a car. We don't have our stuff in the container. Maybe that would trigger something in your mind.
yeah, it'll come. When it comes, I'll tell you.
Yeah.
At the moment. I don't
But
know.
anyway, that is basically what we are doing. We some people think maybe we live a good life and what. Yes, to most people we do, but we've sacrificed some things, some comfort. It's not easy living in this truck, 3 people.
As you can
it's
see,
a
the seat we're sitting on
yeah, we're
is
sitting in one.
on one
I'm
seat.
basically sitting on one butt cheek.
Yes. Both
It's
of us.
not easy, it's not comfortable, but we choose to sacrifice comfort for a minute because we know
Yeah.
the results in future are gonna be better, and we wanna go places, we wanna do things, so
Yeah.
we're sacrificing now, and so basically our goals right now, our major goal is to pay debt. Our major goal is we are working and paying the debt.
Right.
And as far as Selena's school, I don't know.
So with Selena's
Let me
school,
stretch a little bit, guys.
Right now-
My leg is falling asleep,
Yeah.
literally.
So at Selena's school, the seat has come up too. So
Oh.
with Selena's school, it's actually summer vacation, technically right now. But we had started out kind of, maybe I would say, a little full force. Maybe we were a little more aggressive in the beginning. When we started trucking, like before trucking, I was doing school with her, but then like kind of took a little break as I got used to driving and all that stuff. And then now I would say, now I'm kind of like, it's a little bit on the back seat. It's not, we've not done it as much, or I've not done it as much, but
Yeah.
we have been, of course, that's one of the other things, like as you go along.
I think also like we've realized that we need internet on the truck to go. A good internet, so we do like the easy peasy.
Yeah.
But what we've been doing is we've been letting her spell the things we have around
Yes.
us.
Yes.
Like for instance,
Like if she wants to watch, she has to spell watch.
the word watch.
If she wants to watch on the phone, she has to spell the word phone.
if what is around us truck, she has to spell the word truck.
Yeah. Or
She
her
has
channel.
To, or
she
her
has to
channel,
spell
Chumbin's channel.
Chumbin's channel.
She has to spell, like, we've been doing things like, she's good at maths.
Very good at that.
She's good at everything else. She struggles a little bit with reading.
And they always say somebody who's good in maths and science tends to struggle with reading.
Yeah.
But I think with her, it just is going to click when she gets something she likes to read.
Yeah.
But for sure, that's one of the things that we've talked about, like focusing back on that, because if you can read, you can do anything.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you can learn anything, but you have to know how to read.
Yeah.
And so I think that's definitely one of the things, that we want to definitely try to.
Yeah, especially like when school comes, we're definitely like gonna have her in school full time.
Yes.
And when we wake up in the morning, one of these days we'll do like our morning routine. But when we wake up in the morning, we will definitely, like, she will be doing school. Like when she wakes up, maybe I'm driving and she does school with her, or when she's driving, I do school with her. I tend to drive most of the time, and then it's like we are still husband and wife. Like, I drive a lot and she cleans the truck.
Yeah.
Like, I can clean, I can sweep sometimes,
Right.
but we're still husband and wife. Like, sometimes when I'm doing something fueling, she goes and gets the food. When I am maybe getting loaded or whatever, she takes Selena to the bathroom. So she's just like, we just are working a team, like raising Selena and also being parents and also working together.
Right.
So we want to encourage you guys out there, if anybody out there is thinking about being a team with the wife or whatever, it is not easy, but you have to accept it within you that it has to work.
Yeah. And work together, like with your partner, because it's not like we're trying to accomplish this thing together, and two people accomplishing something is gonna get accomplished rather than just one person trying to accomplish something. And so if you're already married to somebody, that person should be the person that you team up with. And I think that's something, like, I feel like very encouraged, because he's always been very good at encouraging me in what I'm good at, and pushing me into that, like saying, well, you're good at this, do this, and that's huge, because that's not a common characteristic maybe of a lot of men. And so just to have a husband who can push you into that and encourage you in what it is, I don't take that for granted. I'm very grateful. And so just encourage men out there, encourage your wives in what you see them being able to accomplish. I remember even for Brian, when he was first driving, early on in our marriage, I remember he said, I want to buy a truck. And I was thinking, oh Lord, it's like, a truck is a lot of money. That's a lot of money. We were already, we had, what is $40? It's what, 4,000 shillings?
Yeah.
Right? So our grocery bill was 4,000 shillings. That is how much money we had for groceries. Or
budget.
Our budget. So it was like how much? It was how much for our rent?
Our rent was like $750 US.
Yeah, so it was $750 for our rent, and we were working these odd jobs then.
Yeah.
Before he started driving truck.
Yeah.
And so I never understood how we ended up paying any of it. He was so good with finances, but we paid it. I didn't buy clothes. We didn't do any type of shopping. Nothing. It was just.
And we were never late on paying rent.
Yeah, we
But
never.
anyway,
Yeah.
This video is going long.
It's going long.
We thought we would do a video for like 10 minutes.
So,
anyway.
but I wanted to say that to say, so we did all that, and then when he decided to buy a truck, at first my thought was like, that's so expensive. But what I knew about my husband was that he understood how to work with finances. And so I said, okay, sure. And it was a lot of money that was going to that. And so, but you know, we kept going until we did it. And then we bought a truck.
Yeah, we actually, this is my kind of third, fourth truck. Like I bought a couple trucks, didn't work out. I bought another one. I actually paid it off and then sold it. And then now this is another one. We're paying it off. We didn't buy it yet. We're still paying it.
Well, and that's because of me, because I didn't want this manual business.
Yeah,
I am not ashamed to say I want the automatic.
Yes.
Put it in drive and go.
Yeah, so these are Volvo. It's an automatic. We still have a long way to go. So, but as far as that, I don't know. I guess African Daisy can close, but we will still come out here. We'll probably be making more videos, maybe because today we were listening to Les Brown. We tried to listen to somebody like motivate, give us something to go for. So we said, you know what, let's just make a video, because we've been saying we will make it. And you just need to be in the right spirit also, so that we can just make a good video for you guys. But anyway,
so we're sitting
thanks
here
for the support.
And we're sitting here at the ready to get loaded.
We are in Berry Plastic in somewhere in Kentucky.
In no idea. In a city in Kentucky.
Jesus, I don't even know. But
anyway,
let me check.
Here we are, and doing this video.
Yes.
And so anyway, we really appreciate
Madisonville,
Kentucky. That's where we are.
Berry Plastic. We're taking this load to Atlanta, Georgia. So anyway.
So we just really appreciate, like Brian was saying, we really appreciate you guys. We appreciate those in Kenya that have subscribed. I know that's like almost 99.9% of my subscribers. Appreciate you guys. There's some of you in France, and I really appreciate you guys.
Amen. We might come visit France one of these days.
Please.
Hey, invite us.
Invite us.
You see this black and white cute couple.
Yes.
How about we come and chat with you one-on-one?
Amen.
And maybe some of you even are trying to be truck drivers in France. We want to come and experience.
Yeah, and I grew up, my parents...
As long as you pay our ticket.
And my parents had a bakery. And so I, the French, and I love cafes, coffee shops. So please, the bakeries, coffee shops, that'd be so awesome. I want to
see a pyramids. Is that in France or
No, I think that's Egypt.
Oh, no.
The pyramids.
Pyramids.
Oh, the Eiffel Tower.
No, there's pyramids in.
Pyramids. I have no idea.
Other than
Paris?
Egypt, where is pyramids? It's
No
not
idea.
London, Paris.
No, but that's England. London.
There is somewhere there is pyramids.
We'll get our geography worked out.
Except not in
Egypt.
Some place that has pyramids.
Okay.
Where is
It might.
Comment on the section.
Comment, please.
She's making me think I don't know. But anyway.
Well, no, even me, I don't know. So please comment.
We're gonna Google after this. But comment anyway.
Yeah.
So yeah.
All right. Well, we love you all.
Yeah.
And we appreciate. Please comment, like, share, subscribe.
Yeah.
And we will definitely do a better job. I'll do a better job getting more videos out there. So appreciate you hanging on with me here, and of course, Kenyan American Trucker.
Hey, subscribe. Don't forget.
And
click subscribe, thumbs up, and squeeze the bell button
for
on the
notifications.
Kenyan American Trucker before you come to the African Days.
And then Chumbin's channel, of course.
Oh yes. Yeah.
And so she's still working on some things, and so we have a few things we need to get her.
And we need to give her direction of what she's doing, so she's not just putting anything and everything. But she wanted to do the channel, so, and she has done other videos, but some of them we've not put on there. But she's working on some things. But,
thank you for those of you listening the whole way through this one. We appreciate it.
Yeah.
And we love you.
Yeah.
We should end it now so that.
I don't know how you end your videos.
So,
How
love
do
you all. Talk to you later. Bye.
Peace out.